Welcome to B.A.Showoff, the Dance Lifestyle Podcast. I'm Becky.
And I'm Alexandra. And whether you're a dance coach, dance parent, or a dancer yourself, this is the show for you. This week, we'll be continuing our On the Road segment and taking you with us to the Tribe99 College Dance Combine in Dallas, Texas.
The Tribe99 College Combine is the #1 college dance team recruitment event in the U.S. This is where dancers come out to dance from all over the country in a convention-style recruitment setup in front of over 60 college dance teams.
Come along with us as we share some behind-the-scenes footage.
Hey Showoff, we're here at the Tribe99 College Combine. Come follow us and see what's going on.
What do you like most about the Combine?
What I like most about the Combine is all of the talent at the high school age and how much it has grown over the years.
What are you most excited for?
I am so excited to see all the amazing choreography from Tribe and to meet my future team.
And I'm so excited to just experience everything that Tribe99 has and see our wonderful representatives in the kickoff routine.
Yes, they're eating.
What are you most excited for?
At the Combine?
Yes.
Probably to see all the different dancers and meet everybody from across the country.
What are you most excited for?
To see all the dancers and really get to meet them and tell them about our program. I'm excited for the 4x8 showcase because improv's gonna eat.
Hi, Nicole. Hi. So now being on this end, what's it like seeing all of the dancers?
Oh my gosh, I remember how I used to feel when I was one of the dancers, and I feel for them because it's a very stressful weekend, but it's also so exciting seeing how well they're doing, especially all the students that I came here to support. They're just doing so amazing, and I'm so proud of them.
And do you wish that you could be out there with them?
Oh, absolutely! I'm so jealous. I wish I could have been with them and taking classes and performing in front of coaches.
What was your favorite part about the Combine when you came?
Definitely the master classes for sure on the first 2 days. Learning pom for the first time is super fun, and the combo this year was really good.
Do you think we're related?
Are you related?
Are we sisters? Are we sisters? Sisters or friends? Or friends or cousins or twins? I don't know. We get it a lot. Amazing. Over 300 dancers here. All these universities and colleges. So cool. Here at the Tribe99 Combine, we're so excited. We're about to watch the 4x8. We have all of the coaches behind us, and we're so ready to watch all of these talented dancers.
We hope you enjoyed our behind the scenes of the Tribe99 College Combine. So maybe we should start off by talking a little bit about our experience in being able to go and about the students that we have that were able to go. I know that I've had a few students that were recruited at that event. How about you?
Well, I've had several students who attended. My first student that attended was Angie, that she's at LSU now. And being at the Combine, she really got to connect with different coaches from different colleges. She was offered opportunities at different colleges and was able to really have one-on-one conversations with the coaches at LSU, which in turn had her go to their recruitment clinic. She was offered a scholarship to go, and she attended, and now there she is a year later, and she's loving being there. And I truly believe because of Tribe99, she got that experience and she made the decision to go there.
That's awesome. Yeah, I've had a few. My student Lexi, that she graduated last year, she actually was being recruited by UCF because she went to the Combine. This year I had a student, Val, that she attended, and she was being recruited by, I think she was recruited by 6 teams. And I think one of the cool things about them being able to go to this is, first of all, it's like a fast track to being able to see what schools are interested in you, so that when it comes time to making that decision, you know, traveling is a lot of money and traveling to all of these colleges. So it kind of makes it a little bit easier in that sense because it helps you start eliminating in the process. But then in addition, it opened her eyes to other schools as well. So like, you know, she was being recruited by schools that she had never heard of or didn't even realize or didn't think about. And then now it created an interest in the school and possibly the team. So it's a really cool event to kind of just help them open their doors and to allow other colleges to also see them and kind of start getting that exposure. So I think it's a really helpful tool for all of these kids.
Yeah, and I think that the cool thing too is the college coaches will offer those weekend scholarships, you know, weekend clinics where, like you said, it costs a lot of money to attend these. And, you know, they're going to the Combine and the coaches are seeing them and they want them to come and be in their school and check out their school. So they're offering the clinic for free, or they give them a pass that they don't have to go to a certain part and they could go to another part, and they get to skip, you know, one beginning section. So it depends on really the coach, what they want to offer, but they do offer these different scholarships. They offer scholarships to the school with offering money to come there. They'll offer the free clinics. They'll offer, you know, a weekend that can go. They could be on the football field. So I know you had that with Lexi. I had that with my student Nicole, that they went and they were able to attend a whole weekend clinic. They were able to be with the dancers that are on the team now. They got to be on the football field, kind of get a feel of what it's like to be the dancer on the team. And I think it's, you know, they're selling the school. They're selling what their school is about, what the school spirit is about, what you would do if you're on the team. And really it's giving exposure to the dancers that they wouldn't even know about if they didn't have these opportunities handed over to them. So I think that, I definitely think that what Tribe is doing is unique. And it's opened doors for dancers who would have never thought about looking at these different colleges because they went to the Combine and were offered the opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think something that's also really cool is that a lot of these coaches bring some of their dancers with them. So they are able to, at the end of the event, they do like a Q&A session with all of the colleges. If you saw in our video, all of the colleges were like lined up surrounding basically the entire gym because it was taking place in a gym. And dancers were able to go up to each of those tables if they wanted to, and they can do like a Q&A session with these coaches. And in addition, they can talk to the dancers that were currently on the team. So they can ask them things like, what's like a typical day in the life? What is something that what is something that you love about the team? What made you make the decision? So it kind of gives them a little bit more of like a leveled out way of like asking.
Yeah.
Because I think that it's easy to ask a coach all of these questions, but you kind of want to be with somebody that has that experience and is able to experience it on the student end versus the coaching end.
Yeah.
So it is a really cool, it's a really cool event, and having all of those colleges set up there and the way that they're set up, it gives kids an opportunity to actually like bounce around, take a look. I know that there were colleges there such as Ohio State, Minnesota, Alabama, FSU, UCF, Michigan. Like there were some really big colleges, but they range because there's some that were D1A and there's some that are, D2, and then there's some that go to UDA, there's some that are non-competitive, some that are more geared towards spirits programs. So it's kind of something for everybody there. And it kind of, I think, opens eyes to dancers to see that there really is a place for every dancer. You just have to find where your outlet is.
Yeah, I think it's also cool that because all these dancers are there with their coaches, they do a performance that Sammy and Carson put together, combining all the dancers from all the different colleges. And it's so nice to see them all come together and put on this incredible show. It gets the dancers inspired. Like, they're like, oh my gosh, I want to be able to do that. And also gives those dancers opportunities to mingle with other dancers from other programs, which they never have the opportunity to do. And it's cool to be sitting on the other side and watching these performers, because it's like the best of the best. I mean, it's the best dancers of each college program. They're dancing for all the kids who are there for the Tribe 99 tour. And you can be in 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, and attend the Combine. And I highly, highly recommend that if dancers could go when they're younger, 9th and 10th grade, to start getting the idea of look at what's out there and start really researching and have time to look and see what's best. It's the best thing to do. Not waiting till the last minute, because at the last minute, I think that you're kind of rushing to make that decision. And it's like whatever's offered to me. But for these coaches to see you for a couple of years and see your growth and see, wow, I remember that she was really good, but look, a year later, look how much she's improved. Can you imagine another year, how much more? Highly recommend for them to go to younger age.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of teams now are recruiting the younger kids. Like, I think by the time, I know that, like Ohio State, for example, they pretty much already know who they want for the following year. So the younger that you're able to go, the better it is, because the sooner you can get your name out there, and the sooner, you could be recruited by these top teams if that's what you want. And the earlier they start seeing you, the better. It is a really lengthy process, that whole weekend.
Yep.
But it's a jam-packed weekend, but it is so efficient, the way that Carson has been able to organize it. I know that the first thing that they do is they do the improv. So they have the kids, well, not the first thing they do, but the first thing they do when they have the colleges there is they do the improv. So they have them go like 8 at a time.
No, it wasn't that many.
Was it 4? No, it was like 4 or 5.
I don't even think it was maybe 4. Maybe.
I think it was like 4 at a time. And it might have been 3. I think it was 3.
Yeah, I think it was 3
I think
also.
it was 3. So they have them go 3 at a time, and they basically like do, I think it's like 4 8 counts of improv, and then they have to get off.
And they have to travel forward, because the
Right.
coaches are all sitting on one side of the gym and the dancers are coming from the back. And
Right.
so they're spread out, and they got to travel forward with that improv. There's 2 girls or 3 girls in the front with little white flags letting them know, okay, your time's
You're
up.
done, and then you gotta get off. So that's like the first time they really get to see that. And they get to like actually see and the cool thing is that they actually, they differentiate their numbers. So I know if you're like a rising senior, you get a different color number. And then if throughout the weekend you stood out to Carson and Sammy and to other people that were working the event, you had a different color number. So it was kind of like a, hey, keep an extra eye out. So that was really cool. And then they go into the 4x8s, which is crazy. I remember last year when you and me went for the first time, we watched those 4x8s and we were just like, there were no words coming out of our mouths, because it was just like, what's going on?
The organization level is just out of this world. How, she's been able to organize there's like 350 dancers or something like that, or maybe a little more, and how they organize that whole improv section, and then the 4x8s, and then the kids coming across, and then the next group coming in. It's just so well organized. And the dancers are just like moving. Like there's no time to even look to the side, because you look to the side, that's it, your group is gone. Yeah. So and the nice thing about Tribe also is that they have regional combines where, if you can't go to the national one, that, the big one that they do that has all those schools, they've got regional ones. So like I'm hosting one in Miami in the beginning of August, and it'll be mostly like the schools that are in that area. So, we had all the schools in Florida. We had LSU was there. We even had Tennessee there, I think. So other schools a little bit further come, but it's more like a regional. And that's a great opportunity if you're a student who wants to go to college in your home state. and you're looking at the different ones, it's a great one to go to because you're going to have all the schools there watching you in one place. So, it's a great opportunity. And then there you can get offered a pass to early register at the big combine, which is in May.
Yeah, and I think it's also like a discounted rate too.
Yeah.
And then they give those out at the tour also. So they also do those little regional combine tours, and they're that's definitely a great way for them to be able to just like it's like a smaller, more condensed version, and it kind of is a prep too. And it really is. I mean, since it's such a condensed version of what the combine is, it's a great way for them to get their feet wet and to kind of get an idea of, do I really want to pursue this? Do I want to go take all of these steps to get there? And so doing the tour, they kind of get a feel of what is this whole process going to look like? And they do. I mean, I know a few of my kids have gotten those passes from Tribe to go to the National Combine because of the tour and because of the regional combine. So it really is. It's a really nice event.
Yeah, and they also have great people instructing. So it's convention style. The whole entire thing, you have master teachers that'll be teaching class. You've got these great girls and guys that are working that teach like a palm class, teach a contemporary combination. They teach a hip hop, and then the dancers learn it, and the college coaches are there watching them, and the dancers are there. They're learning all these different styles from these incredible teachers, young up and coming dancers who my kids are in awe with, because they see them on the stage at the college dance team competition. They're like, wow, look at her, look at him, how amazing they are. So to be able to take class from them or take class with them, because they'll be there, if Sammy's teaching class and then some of them are within all the dancers, they're standing right next to them. For them, it's so exciting. So yeah, there's so many great opportunities that they can get from attending the combine, that and then it also is great for kids who are not on dance team, and they are looking for the college dance team experience for later on. But they don't have opportunities because they don't have a high school dance team. So they can go to the combine. They don't have to be on a dance team to attend. And now they're being exposed to what this world is like and having the experience of, holding palms and performing, with the college dance teams and other dance team kids. So, definitely it's great for all types of dancers to kind of have that exposure and meet all these coaches.
Being able to take class with Carson Rowe, I mean, who could say that?
Yeah.
It really is. It's a great opportunity for kids because they do have that exposure and that ability to network, which I feel like kids at that age don't fully have the opportunity to do things like that. And it is a very independent event. It makes kids have to be very independent that whole weekend. They're by themselves basically, and they have a lot that they're able to do there, and a lot that they're able to experience and be exposed to, and sitting and being able to talk to all of those colleges and all those college coaches, seeing what the GPA requirements are, seeing what their day-to-day looks like. It gives them a nice little background of what's needed. I actually got to talk to a few college coaches, Joyce Winter, for example, and she says that this is something that she looks forward to every year. Aside from this being something that kids are looking forward to and having to basically fight for a registration for, on the coaches' end, same thing. These coaches this is the main place they find the people that they are going to put on their team. So if this is really something that you are very interested in, if you are looking to do college dance team, going to the Tribe99 event is the first place that you should really go to get that exposure out there and to see what it is that you really want to do, and which teams you want to match with.
Yeah, I mean, and there's some kids who have their mindset on, this is what I want. I want to go here, I want to go here, and I want nothing else. And they haven't even looked at other things. And it's hard because financially it is a lot to, I want to look at UNLV, but I live in Miami. Well, UNLV is on the opposite side. So, if you get to come to, one place and see UNLV and see Ohio State and see Tennessee and see Michigan and see LSU, in one place, you look, if you just look how much money you're saving and how much time you're saving, then now you get to see all these different schools and compare, talk to the coaches and write, that one-on-one. And then you can limit it to like, okay, I really like this school and I really like this school. These are the two I really want to focus on. These are my two possibilities. I could afford these. Or, I have the grades to get into this one and this one, not this one. So, okay, well, I loved it, but not for me. So it is a great place to really kind of get an idea. It's kind of like a little college fair.
Yeah.
That they have in schools and high schools where you have all the colleges there and you get to talk to all the colleges on an academic level. It's basically the same thing for dance.
And I like how when the colleges first get there, how they do like that whole, the colleges come up, they say, or the coaches come up, they say what college they're from, and they have like their little one-liner, and then they go off. And they have like on the backdrop, they have their logo. Like it's just so nicely set up. And it really does give colleges an opportunity to put their best foot forward, and it gives kids the opportunity to put their best foot forward. Carson really has done a great job in setting all of this up.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was a big trial and error thing, but I mean, I can't imagine what more she could have up her sleeve to like improve this event, because it really is so well organized, so well done.
Yeah, very well thought out, and you could tell she went through it, and she probably knows these are like the things that kids need, and she's probably spoken to kids who did go through the process and kind of get an idea. And she, it's what sports do. Sports have all these combines, and they have these ways of, the people going out and, the coaches seeing them. And this is basically the same thing as they do it for the sports. So, highly recommend for dancers to go, whether you're in a dance team or not. And it's something that you're looking at doing or you're considering, even if it's not like 100%. You just kind of want to get the idea and see, hey, is this something I would like? Because it's just going to get bigger and bigger. And I think that, it sells out so quickly that if you're not going to the regionals and you're not, on it, and you're not checking up to see when registration opens and things like that, you're not going to get in.
Well, and I do also think it's a great event for these high school coaches to be able to like come and watch too. And it's awesome because it's the same weekend as the coaches conference. So, and it's in the same general location. So they're both in Dallas, different convention centers, but they're both in Dallas. And if high school coaches that are able to go and be in attendance to kind of like open their eyes to see what these colleges are maybe, looking for, or like just kind of to educate yourself, it's great because it does help your kids as well. Mm-hmm. And it helps you, kind of get a better idea of what way you can help your kids and how you can guide them.
And I know that we've talked about the whole college recruitment and everything that happens with the college recruitment and the connections that the high school coaches need to have with the college coaches. And this is the perfect place to, if a high school coach could go to the combine and you could spend your, one extra day, go to the conference, spend an extra day and do the combine and talk to the coaches yourself, like, go around and experience what, the kids are experiencing. So you can go back to your kids and be like, hey, look, this is what it's about, and guide them in the right way. This is perfect opportunity to do that because, again, like we've said, we are here to help the kids. I mean, our job is to help our kids be successful later on. And what better way to make sure that our kids are successful in the dance team world than attending the conference and attending Tribe99 Combine and getting the feel of what the kids should be doing and where their next step should be.
Yeah, absolutely.
So for those of you who are able to attend both conference and Tribe99, highly recommend it next year. It is the same weekend, and it'll be in Dallas again next year. So we'll be there.
We will. We'll probably be front and center.
Yeah, and we hopefully will have kids there again. We had kids this year. I've had kids the past couple of years, and I will have kids there again. And hopefully more of them will be attending so that they could continue this incredible journey of the dance team world.
And we hope you enjoyed our episode today of B.A.Showoff, the Dance Lifestyle Podcast. And if you like what you heard, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you have any questions or suggestions, make sure to click on our link tree and fill out our Google form.
See you next week, Showoffs.